Hi everyone, how's it going? So today I'm going to have a small discussion about the Nintendo 3DS. Should Nintendo still be focusing on Nintendo 3DS in 2017 and 2018? So in late 2016 there was a direct that kind of showed lots of new games that were coming to Nintendo 3DS, and some of these games were releasing in 2017, and you know, some were ports and some were completely new games, some were spin-offs and things. And Nintendo is still releasing lots of new games for the 3DS. Then in 2017, this year, going to be releasing a whole new Nintendo 3DS. The new Nintendo 2DS XL. So 3DS is going strong, I guess. And yeah, so it's coming in the summer, and with that there's still lots of new games coming to 3DS in 2017 and even in early 2018 as far as we know. So the question is, should Nintendo be focusing on 3DS right now, or should they just be focusing on the Switch and the future? And I'm just going to give my personal opinion on it. It's my understandings. I guess it shows that Nintendo is not giving up on that 3DS at all. But the thing is, I'm a bit torn between this, because the 3DS is one of the most interesting consoles, Nintendo's portable consoles that Nintendo's released. It was revolutionary at the time, the 3D thing, and now, several years later, not many people actually use the 3D at all, which I'm guessing why they're releasing a 2DS and focusing on that kind of aspect. And I think most of the games that are coming to 3DS for 2017 are not going to be really focusing on 3D. Most of the games, I know the Pikmin game that's coming, hey, Pikmin, is just 2D, and a few games are also not 3D, they're just 2D. I can understand why some people are a little, not annoyed, but would rather Nintendo focused on the future like Switch, because Nintendo's developing games still for Nintendo 3DS, and these are games that are specifically for Nintendo 3DS. And it would be awesome if all of Nintendo was focusing on Switch games, because then more Switch games would come to Nintendo Switch instead of one every month. And I can understand that. And I kind of have to admit, the Nintendo 3DS now, after playing the Nintendo Switch, going back to the 3DS it's kind of a downgrade in a way. It's not the most... it's definitely different. And it feels like technology that was in 2011. It kind of feels like old technology now. But the thing is, there's something about Nintendo 3DS that people are still buying it. People are still playing it. It is affordable for most people. It has a massive collection of really, really good games. And the games that are coming to Nintendo 3DS for 2017 and possibly 2018, these games are not mainline games. They're kind of spin-offs, they're kind of experiments, they're just smaller yet still fun games. And you know, like the Pikmin game, it's not a mainline Pikmin, it's a spin-off, it's a 2D game. It's like Yoshi's Island, but it's Pikmin. The Fire Emblem game, it's a reimagining of an old game, of an old NES game, of an original version of the game on the NES. So there's the games that are coming are they're not the must-have games, but they are just cool little ideas, experiments. And to be fair, I will get them. I already have got some. I still need to play that Fire Emblem game. And I will get the Pikmin game, because I've never played Pikmin before at all. I think the purpose of that game is to kind of introduce people to Pikmin, so... I'm a big Yoshi's Island fan. and it's the same team that's developed Yoshi's Island, so I'll give that a go. So people are still playing, people are still buying the Nintendo 3DS. Thanks, I think, to Pokemon and Pokemon Go and then Pokemon Sun and Moon, the sales of 3DS have whoosh, risen again. And so because of that, I think it kind of saved 3DS from its eventual decline, which I think would have happened this year. But because of that, the Pokemon and Sun and Moon, I think it's helped boost 3DS for another year or so. Because usually the Nintendo DS, Nintendo only supported it for 5 or 6 years, and the 3DS released in 2011, and it's now 2017. So that's 6 years. Now I think the support in 2018 will be a lot less than it is now. I think you'll get 1 or 2 new games from Nintendo, and you might get a few from the third parties. But I think the main thing that I think Nintendo will do in 2018 with regards to Nintendo 3DS and supporting it, I think you'll see more of the Nintendo Selects range. I think that's where the support will come in 2018. And that's where you'll start to see a slower pace of releases for Nintendo 3DS. And that's fine because it's had a great many years. I mean, at the beginning years were not the best. The first year was like a spike. But after that initial first year and the games came, the ones that we all wanted, and loads of cool new ones, you know, 3DS is one of the greatest portable consoles, most definitely. Many people have played it, many people are still trying it, many people are still going to buy it and play it, and they're going to have so much to enjoy. I've had some great years with my 3DS. I have had some, and it's got some really great games. This is Nintendo's final push for 3DS. You might as well let them have it and let them do their best to get as many new people on board so that they will eventually be able to get the Nintendo Switch and see lots of new games, lots of whole new experiences. Because 3DS got me back into Nintendo. 3DS got me back into enjoying new ideas, experiences, and seeing games in a completely different way. If it wasn't for 3DS, I don't know. But of course, the future is Switch, but 3DS is still important for now. It's definitely had its time, and it will eventually come to an end, and that will be very, very soon, I'm sure. So that's my talk on the Nintendo 3DS and my thoughts about it and its relevance in 6 years. Let me know what you think about Nintendo 3DS. Do you think Nintendo should still be supporting it in 2017, 2018, or do you think they really should be focusing just on Nintendo Switch? Or have you yet to get a 3DS or 2DS? And will you be getting one? Let me know. But thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, have a fantastic rest of your day. See you all in the future.